Cindy Williams is today considered one of the biggest actresses that put a smile on our faces whenever she was in front of the camera. But behind the scenes and in her personal life, she had one of the most tragic stories ever. Tragedies upon tragedies that didn't allow become as big as she could have been. You'll understand better why that is in this video. We will also show you some of her rare photos. On August 22, 1947, Cynthia Jane Williams was born to Beechard Williams and Francesca Bellini in Van Nuys, California. Her dad was an electronic technician while her mother waited tables. When Cindy was a year old, her family moved from California to Dallas, Texas. However, before she turned 11, they returned to Los Angeles. Though both of Cynthia's parents did not work in the arts, they both had a knack for performance. They passed this quirk down to Cynthia, and pretty soon she began to express her talent as an actress as well. It wasn't until she attended Birmingham High School in 1965 that her interest in becoming a movie star really took off. There, she befriended future movie star Sally Field, as well as renowned talent agent Michael Ovitz. These friendships and connections played a huge role in determining Cindy's future career path. If she had made a different set of friends, showbiz history would look very, very different today. Cindy actually had ambitions of becoming a registered nurse. However, life had other plans for her. She realized she had no academic affinity for nursing. However, when it came to making people laugh, very few people could compete with her. After majoring in theater at the Los Angeles City College, it was time for Cindy Williams to brave the wild, uncertain industry that was Hollywood. Now, how exactly did she get her start? Despite having an inordinate amount of talent, Cindy Williams did not start out as a screen actress right away. Instead, she went the more predictable route of appearing in ads and commercials. What helped Cindy immensely was that most of the commercials she appeared in were broadcast nationally. These included work for businesses such as Foster Grant Sunglasses and Trans World Airlines. Cindy benefited so much from this exposure that pretty soon, she began to land her first TV roles. She appeared in the shows Room 222, Nanny and the Professor, and Love, American Style. Although these were pretty popular shows, Cindy had limited roles in each and every single one of them. To finally win star roles, she would have to keep working on her craft. Well, at this exact moment in time, Lady Luck smiled at Cindy Williams. Through a string of incredibly serendipitous breaks, she quickly elevated herself from being a fresh face in the industry to one of the most exciting young actresses. One day, one of Cindy's actor friends from the Los Angeles City College was due for an audition with the prestigious Actors Studio. Needing a scene partner, they asked Cindy if she could tag along. Cindy was game only to help her friend. However, she did so well that the Actors Studio also accepted her into their program. Imagine being accepted into one of the most prestigious acting institutions in such a manner. The Actors Studio is an organization of such repute that it boasts of multi-award-winning members such as Roberto De Niro, James Baldwin, Jane Fonda, Joan Woodward, and many others. What's crazy about Cindy Williams' acceptance into such an organization is that she barely attended the classes. Why? She was too busy actually appearing in movies. Cindy got a lucky break when she appeared in George Cukor's Travels with My Aunt. This further increased her profile as Cukor was one of the greatest directors in Hollywood history, having directed such hits as Gaslight, My Fair Lady, and A Star is Born. Not long after this, Cindy landed another major role. She played the love interest of Ron Howard's character in George Lucas's American Graffiti. It cannot be overstated how important it was for Cindy Williams to appear in American Graffiti. At the time, Ron Howard and George Lucas were part of a collective of directors known as the Movie Brats. Other members of the Movie Brats included Martin Scorsese, Steven Spielberg, and Francis Ford Coppola. This crop of directors was expected to lead Hollywood through a new, exciting era. Though Cindy thought that by getting in with them, she would wildly advance her career, things didn't quite go as planned. Hollywood was proving to be quite a fickle industry. After the giga hit that was American Graffiti, George Lucas pretty much had the freedom to do whatever he wanted. As such, he decided to create a little space opera titled Star Wars. Now, George had Cindy Williams in mind as one of the main characters. However, ironically, the reason she won her role in American Graffiti is the reason she lost her role in Star Wars. When creating American Graffiti, George Lucas decided to cast relatively unknown actors. This was how Cindy Williams won the role of Laurie Henderson, which went on to net her a BAFTA nomination. The movie was such a hit that it virtually made Cindy Williams a household name. While this was a blessing in many ways, it was a curse when it came to Star Wars. See, when casting Star Wars, George Lucas decided that as with American Graffiti, he would only cast unknown actors. And so, though Cindy Williams' audition for the role of Princess Leia was really solid, the fact that she was a major star now immediately disqualified her. Instead, the role went to the then unknown Carrie Fisher, who was the daughter of Hollywood bad boy Eddie Fisher and industry sweetheart Debbie Reynolds. Well, Star Wars then went on to become one of the highest-grossing franchises in history. Losing out on the role of Princess Leia was such a big blow to Cindy's career. However, every cloud has a silver lining, and so did this one. While at Francis Ford Coppola's Zoetrope Studios, Cindy met actress and producer Penny Marshall. The two began a creative partnership that blossomed into something quite fruitful. As it turned out, Penny's brother Gary Marshall was also a popular Hollywood producer. He called the ladies and asked them if they would like to make an appearance in Happy Days, a television series he was producing. The ladies played best friends and roommates who dated the main characters of the show. Their appearance was so popular that the network ordered a spin-off centered around their characters. So began Laverne and Shirley, one of the most successful TV series ever. The fun and loving Shirley Feeney became the role for which Cindy Williams was most recognized. As iconic of a character as Shirley Feeney was, did you know Cindy Williams almost didn't play the character? The thing is, she saw the Happy Days appearance as a temporary thing and was more focused on succeeding as a movie actress. And so, according to Michael Eisner, former CEO of Disney, when the studio ordered a pilot episode, Liberty Williams played the role of Shirley Feeney instead. However, within the space of an afternoon, Cindy was convinced to appear in the role. That same night, the cast and the crew refilmed the same pilot. This time, the role of Shirley was played by Cindy. After it was done, the network executives wanted to watch both versions before making up their minds. However, Michael Eisner, who was still an upcoming executive at the time, lied and said that the version featuring Liberty Williams was lost. As a result, Cindy carried on as Shirley Feeney. The rest, as they say, is history. Considering that Laverne and Shirley went on for 6 years, 178 episodes, and 8 years, Cindy owes major thanks to Michael Eisner. In fact, at a point during its run, it was the highest-rated show on television. Not the highest-rated sitcom or the highest-rated ABC show. It was the highest-rated show, period. Isn't that quite an achievement? As successful a run as Laverne and Shirley had, though, it came to quite a sad end. This all began when Cindy Williams became pregnant with her first child during the production of the 8th season. The producers were not happy at all that Cindy was pregnant while Shirley was not. On top of that, they did not grant her any maternity leave and mandated that she show up to work on her scheduled dates. Well, Cindy left the show anyway, but not before suing the studio for $20 million. As a fellow woman, her co-star Penny Marshall was on her side, right? Actually, as it turned out, Penny and Cindy had been feuding way before the whole pregnancy saga started. A defiant Penny carried on the show as a solo lead without Cindy anywhere in sight. The show's title didn't change either. As a result, ratings began to freefall. This resulted in the eventual cancellation of the series. Cindy and ABC settled the case out of court. However, it would take years for her and Penny to reconcile. Cindy remained active in the movie scene for about 20 more years. However, she never really landed a role in a mega hit again. Although Cindy was one of the celebrities who loved to keep a lower profile, she did manage to kick the hornet's nest once. However, this was something that happened quite accidentally. See, one day, a writer known as Cindy Williams wrote a guest article for the Washington Times asserting that US troops did not need a pay rise. Well, we all know how most Americans feel about the Army. Suffice it to say, this post did no favors for Cindy Williams' popularity. And this was ironic, considering she was not the Cindy Williams who wrote the article. When people saw the name Cindy Williams on top of the article, they instantly assumed it was the same one that acted in Laverne and Shirley. This brought Cindy the actress quite a lot of grief. She got messages from disgruntled fans all over the country criticizing her for the article. Heck, even some of her close friends and family confronted her on the issue. Cindy did all she could to clear the air, but it was all to no avail. In the end, all she could do was wait for the drama to die down. Now, Cindy only got married once in her life. However, her romantic life was quite lively. She had her fair share of relationships. Most of them were to other personalities within the showbiz scene. Some of the men she dated included Joseph Brooks, David L. Lander, Michael Brandon, and Andy Kaufman. When it came to picking a husband, though, she went with a rather notorious option. When it came to her personal life, Cindy liked to keep things private. However, her one marriage was to one of showbiz's hot rod characters. Cindy's chosen beau was Bill Hudson of the Hudson Brothers. Though Cindy didn't have any other relationships of note, Bill had been involved with Goldie Hawn and Ally McGraw. Cindy and Hudson were married for 18 years, from 1982 to 2000. They had 2 kids together. Outside of his marriage to Cindy, Bill Hudson had 2 children with Goldie Hawn. However, the depths of how negligent he was as a father were not known until his son, Oliver, made disparaging remarks against him on Father's Day in 2015. This prompted many fans to wonder, did Cindy play a significant role in keeping Bill away from his children? More so, was he a good father to their children after they got divorced? Well, while the depth of involvement Bill Hudson had in the lives of his children is not known, no one can doubt that Cindy kept her children right by her side. After all, when she passed, the confirmation was given by her children Zach and Emily. In their statement, they mourned their kind, hilarious mother. Cindy died on January 25, 2023, after a brief illness. The details about her sickness and death have been kept under wraps. Though her career was not as big as it could have been, she has etched her name in showbiz history for her iconic roles. Her career is one that is definitely worthy of envy. In her later years, she resented the fact that it was hard for her to find movie and TV roles as an older woman. However, she tried to find other ways to keep her life adventurous. One of these ways, writing her autobiography, Shirley, I Jest. Other than that, she was selfless in raising her children. After the rough childhood she had, she wanted to make sure her kids experienced ease and warmth as they grew up. No doubt Cindy succeeded in creating a safe space for them. If you enjoyed this video, there's a good chance you'll also enjoy the one showing on your screen right now. Click, enjoy, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. See you on the next one.